Assalamu alaikum. I'm Malik Hodge, an Ninja Warrior of the Midwest and a messenger of the covenant, representing the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals, the self-taught one, Master Suleiman, who has given us the Injil, the gospel of revelations with the angel key that gives us the understanding of the unsealed scriptures. This is update with Malik Hodge on this Saturday, August the 13th, where we take current events and give the understanding of them from an NGO perspective. Each topic is explained and then given the understanding of how they fit from the unsealed scriptures with today's time. So, let us get started. Okay. We're gonna start right where we are at. The talk of the most talked about reported on event is still the records dispute led in the FBI to search that Mar-a-Lago club, the ex-president's house in Palm Beach, Florida. However, this, as FBI agents pulled up to Donald Trump's Florida club Monday, morning to conduct a search for top secret government documents. For top search for top secret government documents approved by a federal judge and requested by the Attorney General of the United States. The former president was by chance already huddled with his lawyers in Trump's tower in New York, 1,000 miles to the north. They were supposed to be preparing Trump to be deposed later in the week in an entirely different matter, a civil probe of Trump's family business. But the session was disrupted by the phone call informing the former president of the extraordinary event unfolding at his Mar-a-Lago club, said Ron Fashett, his New York attorney. Trump and his close allies quickly became transfixed by the events unfolding in Palm Beach. People familiar with the day said some monitored the agents via CCTV security cameras as they searched Trump's office and personal quarters and the first floor storage facility. Another of his lawyers, Christina Bobb, told Fox News, distracted Trump kept jumping on the phone. Facchetti said, trying to figure out why the agents dressed in khakis and polo shirts to cause less of a scene were roaming the seaside. Facility. He had tried to brand the winter White House, which was mostly closed for summer. So distressing was the search that the unusual liquid Trump team stayed for much of the day until 6:51 p.m. when Trump himself confirmed the raid in a bombastic statement that declared it unjustified and politically motivated. They even broke into my safe, he announced. The court authorized search was a remarkable moment even for Trump, who has been under investigation by state and federal prosecutors nearly continuously since he took oath of office in 2017. What began as a low-level dispute over the Trump White House chaotic and haphazard record keeping had morphed into a deeply serious probe of whether the ex-president had endangered national security by hoarding heavily classified documents, some potentially related to nuclear weapons. Well, excuse me. I have my handkerchief. I do have this. Now, these classified documents, they're saying that they're nuclear, some nuclear documents. Which are really not explained at this time through this ongoing investigation. However, it's the actual event that is that is taking place is not as much of what's being seen. It's really the the blowout from the event that this search has caused with the in the government with different individuals and different um politicians, and the way they're describing how um they are displeased and how unfair the circumstances are, and that what that basically even sharing that these type of actions of that they're claiming, if they was to go and enforce what they're trying to use to what they have used to go into um, Trump's Mar-a-Lago home, that they could use, they could go and basically they should have then went in everybody's, all former presidents' homes and take and um, be picked up for um, certain information being taken home and on planes, and certain things that the laws that are written say you're not to do. However, um, the individuals um, end up taking their work and taking things to their homes anyway. However, if you was if being to the if it was if the law was being kept to the letter of the law, then um that not only the president but all a lot of the high officials and politicians could be um, picked up or accused of what the ex president has done. So it's definitely showing a a this uproar, or it's causing it's causing um, an uh, problem or um, in the government, in between the Democrats and the Republicans, and with um, and it's causing a uproar in the government because they're saying that these laws and what's being done is being pulled out of context and used and being the laws are being weaponized to take down or to attack the ex-president or to use them in a way against the Republicans, that they're not used, that the laws are not being used against the Democrats, or the laws could be used, enforced, and scrutinized in many different ways, but they're utilizing um, Democratic officers or Democratic judges or whatever to um, get subpoenas, or to use to use um, the laws against the ex-president or the Republicans, that in the way in a letter to the law way that could be used to to um, could be used uh, to convict or um, to justify being picked up for certain things. However, they're saying that the majority of the people saying that if this law was used in the way that they're using it, that the majority of um, um, that the majority of the officers or senators or politicians would be able to be pulled up on breaking these rules. So with that, excuse me, excuse me for a second.